Welcome, race fans. Tonight, Three Wide Racing takes to New Hampshire here in the Gen 6 for 150 laps. We're glad to have you on board here with us tonight to watch this fantastic race here. They are in the chase and just one race into it. But lots of racing to come here, and we are about coming down to 6 minutes away from qualifying. So hang with us and don't go anywhere. Jeff's in the booth with us now. Jeff, welcome.
Yeah, thank you, Rudy. Sorry about that. Tanner wanted to go over something with me for a second, so I dragged him out as I knew you was getting ready to go live. And but yeah, I'm here now, and should be a good race tonight here at New Hampshire. Forgot how many laps they're turning here.
150.
150. Okay, this will be a very interesting race. These Gen 6 cars for these guys at 3 wide, and it's their chase. So I think we'll see a lot of door racing tonight with these guys trying to get into the next round of the chase, and I think we have a very interesting race.
Kind of kicked back in my chair there and relaxed a minute, and man, I must have dozed off. I had my alarm set. I just thought, well, Aaron was leaving for work, so I told him I was going to kick back here for a few minutes. I got my alarm set. I'll just kick back and take a little snooze. All Gaming Network. I get that a lot. But people don't know what a network is. I'm not criticizing. Don't take that the wrong way. Network's like when you got many stations under your belt. Different
Yeah.
channels. That's a network. Yeah, I'm kind of looking for a good race here tonight. I think cars. I know this used to be one of my favorite tracks to run the Gen 6 on, as far as short tracks. They really seem to hook up good here. Like I said, this was a long time ago when I used to race a lot. I thought they were hooked up very well here. I don't know about anymore. The gearing and the traction was just right with them a long time ago, but anymore with the new build and the new tires and everything, doesn't seem to hook up quite as good. What happened to you in that last race, Jeff?
I don't know. Just, I felt the setup felt good. And I was just running along, and it just stepped out on me, and I went and hit the inside wall. And when that happened, it blew my motor, and it said I had 50 minutes of repairs required. So I was like, yeah, I'm done. I'd never seen 50 before. That was the most I'd ever seen. So I must have just destroyed that race car. So I was just like, I'm going to be sitting here for a while.
Yeah, 50 minutes. Yeah, I've heard of 40.
Mine said 50.
Wow.
So, yeah, I was just like, man, I must have destroyed that thing. I didn't think I hit the wall that hard, but something happened to it. So I just said, I ain't getting back out there. So
All right, about a minute and a half away from qualifying. Like Cameron Rich has the fastest time so far. Couple new paint jobs I see out here.
Yeah, I'm noticing some too.
You're closer in a Ducati car. All right, that's going to wrap it up. We're going to step away and play our national anthem, folks. We'll be right back.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, we are back. Qualifying underway. So far, Samuel Close has laid down the fastest time. Wow, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I think everybody's pretty much turned their time already.
Yeah, I think they have.
Out, Ketma. Mike Stevens, he likes that Tabasco sauce, don't he? This is going to take a lot of patience, letting the car roll through these turns, these flat turns like the can't even touch that throttle. You've got to wait till that car gets completely almost out of the turn before you can get back in it.
Exactly. Yeah, this is a very tough racetrack for these guys. I say Darlington's been the toughest track on the schedule, but man, when they come to this track as well, it's tough too, but not as tough as Darlington because it's so wide. But it's just tough on how you got to control the throttle on a flat track like this. Because if you don't control it the correct way, you could just unload the car in the rear end and come around on you coming off the corners.
Got a three-way tie back there for 9th, 10th, and 11th. And also a two-way tie there between 6th and 7th. I'm looking at it in hundredths, not thousands. Hundredths of a second instead of thousandths of a second. I'm sure thousandths of a second it would be that close to a tie.
Yeah.
Very cool. Tight field.
Very tight.
Within 0.6 of a second from 1st to 15th. Pretty tight. I don't know. Do you have the points available to you, Jeff, that you could?
I sure do. Let me see. All right. The top 12 chase, they actually do have some points within the chase format. And currently, right now, Samuel Close and Cameron Rich are tied for the first place position with 2,050 points. In third place is Kevin Finn. He has 2,042. There's a tie for fourth place. They have 2,040 points. That's against Drew Eisenman and Johnny Thomas. Sixth place is Nathan Valez. He has 2,039 points. Tanner Sharp is in seventh with 2,038. Paul Ross is in eighth with 2,034. Nick Miller's in ninth with 2,032. Race Clark is in 10th with 2,029. Corey Lindsay is in 11th with 2,028. And Matt Hackathorn is in 12th with 2,020. So a very close, tight points margin there in between the top 12 of drivers. But when we come down, I think it's next week's race will be the last race of the first round, which is the Challenger round. And then they cut, I think it's they cut three drivers out going into the contender round. Then when they get the contender round, there'll only be 9 drivers remaining for the rest of the chase. Then they'll get into the eliminator round after 3 more races, where then there'll only be 6 guys remaining. And then for the last race of the season, when they get down to that one, it'll be the championship round, and there will only be the top 3 guys in the points remaining and going for that championship.
That's broke down pretty deep then. They lose 3 each round. Broke down pretty deep. That's given a lot of guys a lot more chances out there to stay in that championship.
Exactly.
All right, we're still about 4 minutes and 45 seconds away from qualifying being over. It's probably pretty safe to say that everybody that is going to qualify has qualified.
Scott's in chat and he says Rudy and Jeffro. Hey Scott, how you doing?
Again, I apologize ahead of time for the pit boxes not showing up for me. I'm going to have to uninstall the graphics driver and reinstall it because something's not quite working properly. Apologize ahead of time for that. Won't see the tent set up there by the pit boxes. Down to it here, minute 45 left. Looks like Samuel Close is going to hold on to the pole. Will be good. Nathan Velez second, Tanner Sharp third. And that's going to wrap it up for qualifying. Closing seconds here. Get everybody on the grid, get them accounted for. All right, starting on the pole, Samuel Close with a 30.270. Congratulations to him for grabbing the pole. Nathan Velez will start on the outside in second. Tanner Sharp starting third. Kevin Finn fourth. Cameron Rich starting fifth place. Paul Ross sixth. Race Clark in seventh. Richard Hines eighth. Corey Lindsay ninth. And Matt Hackathorn starting in the 10th position. Jeff?
Yep, we got Richard Lafferty starting in 11th place tonight. Johnny Thomas will start 12th. Cody Wright in 13th. Mike Stevens in 14th. Chad Brown 15th. Rusty Webb in 16th. Brent Miller 17th. Stephen Kettman in 18th. Drew Eisenman 19th. Nick Miller in 20th. And rounding out the field in 21st will be Wade Lear. I believe David Cordy is admitting this race.
Yes, he is. All right, very good. Not a huge field here, but he is on the grid. Here we go, Jeff.
Yes, sir.
And it looks like Samuel Close has already decided possibly to take to the outside, maybe. I'm not sure. That's probably
seems that way.
That's not a bad move.
No.
That's at this track, kind of want to. That way nobody can get a run on him on the inside. He knows Nathan Velez is very fast. Will kind of give him the edge here going into turn one. $7,049er. Pittsburgh won big, huh? What was the final score, Scott, on the Pittsburgh game? Ace car's in. And there he goes. Samuel Close takes to it.
Wow, man, that was a jump to the gate there.
Yes, it was. He didn't waste no time at all. My stuff to get caught up here. All right, here we go. Kevin Finn on the outside. Nathan Velez on the inside. And we're seeing that the outside lane looks like it might be a little bit better of a place to be than down on that low line.
Yeah, I believe you're right. I think as from what I'm seeing right now here, Rudy, I think as we see this race progress through the stages here, we might see that line move up closer to the high side than it will be on the low side.
Probably see guys protecting the outside a little bit more. Tanner Sharp in fourth, Cameron Rich in fifth. They're taking it way up high here. I'm seeing Cameron way up high. Looks like he's taking it high going in, and then he can drop it down low coming out. Interesting line. And Tanner Sharp looking to the inside of Nathan Velez. Got to do it early with them new tires, and he's going to take that position away from Nathan.
Oh, we got one coming off turn two loose back here. 88 car, Matt Hackathorn. He kept it going, though, and he got back in it, but he will lose a couple positions.
Cameron Rich now on the inside of Nathan Velez. Oh, Ross took it real high in the turn right there. That cost him quite a bit of track time because he had a good run there on Cameron Rich, but powered it in there a little bit too much and it cost him. Richard Hines in 7th. Old buddy Race Clark there in 8th place. Corey Lindsay 9th. Samuel Close continues to lead. Johnny Thomas rounds out the top 10. And Kevin Finn staying right there with Samuel Close. He's right there.
This is a very good run here that he's got going.
Got to stay right with it because he knows Tanner's right there behind him. Ethan Velez to get back around Cameron Rich. Back into 4th.
Ooh, Nathan Velez up track a little bit. Ooh.
Yes, drove it in there a bit too hard, and he's going to lose 2 positions. Paul Ross gets by as well.
Yeah. Thought maybe Richard Hines was going to take a look or two, but I think he decided to just back off and keep it behind him for another lap or so here and make it the right time to pass.
Right. Coming up on Velez pretty good though. A little ways back to Race Clark now and Corey Lindsay.
Man, Corey Lindsay's under some pressure right now from Johnny Thomas. You can see Johnny is just struggling to get around him.
Rusty Webb now on the inside of Richard Lafferty, but not going to happen. Matt Hackathorn there, you said he got loose on that one turn there and almost spun it, but he gathered it back up, no caution. And here he is right back on the bumper there of Rusty Webb in 13th. Chad Brown in 14th. Drew Eisen.
Yeah, I was gonna say we had Nick Miller a little ways back from Chad Brown, but I just saw Nick Miller get loose off of turn 2, and he was in the grass. Sadly, he didn't keep it off the wall though, but he kept it off the track, so caution won't fly.
Mike Stevens in the Tabasco machine taking up the rear of the field at the moment. Stephen Ketman, I think he's a newcomer to the league. At least I don't remember seeing his name before. Running in 17th. Cody Wright 18th. Brent Miller 19th. Back up front, Samuel Close just keeping that distance from Kevin Finn. 3 to 4 tenths of a second behind him. About 3 or 4 car lengths.
Actually, Rudy, looking here at the stats, Stephen Ketman has 3 starts here at 3 wide.
Okay. I guess I've never... Oh, man.
I don't think he's raced this season.
Okay.
So, yeah, I believe this is his first race back for the season. But, yeah, I'm seeing that he does have 30 starts counted at 3 wide.
Sharp extremely loose coming out of turn 4, but he kept it under power. He's got Cameron Rich just breathing down his neck.
Yes, he is. Man, I tell you, these chase runners, man, they're going to make this race the best they can make it tonight, because it is a very, very grueling track to have on the schedule. And then going into next week's race, man, I think their mindset's going to have a little bit of work with them, because they knew this race here was coming up, and this is going to be a hard track to kind of get a grasp on. And then going into a road course at Watkins Glen next week to end the first round of the chase, well, I think we're going to be in for a couple of shows tonight and next week.
Yeah, that's going to be kind of exciting. I'm kind of looking forward to that. I always like to see what these guys can do, you know, with the Gen 6 on a road course, especially one as popular and as, I don't know, I think it's kind of a comfortable track, you know. A lot of people have raced at that track, and it's a comfortable road course, rather than throwing like Daytona Road in there or something that would
or Sonoma.
Or Sebring, or, you know, something that would be really out of the ordinary, you know. And that'll be a good race, I believe.
I think it will be too, yeah. Because from hearing from of a driver's standpoint, Watkins Glen is out of the NASCAR schedule. You know, Watkins Glen is always the easier road course race, coming, you know, with Sonoma being on NASCAR schedule too. So I think you're right about that, Rudy, and it'll be a very interesting race next week to watch, and I think it'll be a comfortable one for the drivers.
And Cameron Rich pulls out. He's going to look on the inside of Tanner Sharp. Not going to do it. I can see where it's going to be very difficult to pass here tonight. You're going to have to probably either drive it into turn hard and try to get underneath them, or if somebody gets a little out of shape, or I don't know. Hopefully we don't see anybody give them the chrome horn to move them.
Yeah, I like we want to see that. Or the drivers would want to see that either. But yeah, I think you're right about that as well. This is going to be a very hard racetrack to pass on tonight. But we have seen some passing already. But man, it's been tough. So yeah, this is going to be a very interesting race with that fact in point.
Rusty Webb just barely staying ahead of Matt Hackathorn. Matt's been keeping the pressure on him pretty heavy. Drew Eisenman, he's picked up quite a few positions. Now Chad Brown and Wade Lear in battle. Unable to complete the pass on Chad Brown. Kevin Finn starting to fade just a little bit. He's back 0.6 of a second now from Samuel Close. I think Samuel's got the taste of that championship, and he's, you know, he wants to get out there, and he's going to try to rack up as many points as he can tonight. We're already on lap 20. Pretty good. Good racing.
Yeah, very good racing. And I have noticed something too, Rudy. We're missing a friend tonight. Where's no Qual Kaufman at? I don't see him out here.
Yeah. Wow, how did we miss that?
I don't know.
Oh, Qual Kaufman.
Yeah, everybody know Qual. He isn't here tonight. Oh, no.
Ooh, 38-16. Nice score. Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh Squealers. But a ways back from Cameron Rich to Paul Ross. Almost a second.
Okay, we got Governed Hitman in chat that says, I'm so sad I had to withdraw from the series. I hope they change the times next season. I miss racing with you guys.
Oh, we got guys taking them behind the wall already. Stephen Ketman and Nick Miller.
Yeah. Oh.
Mike Stevens is on pit road.
Yes, he is.
Already seeing casualties out here. Whoa, good save by Paul Ross.
Yeah, it was the same ordeal. I saw Matt Hackathorn there a couple laps back, back at lap 10 there when he come off the turn 2 that way. It looked like Paul Ross had the same issue there. So maybe turn 2 is going to be a place to watch tonight, Rudy, and see how these guys are, taking to it.
Cameron Rich now on the inside of Kevin Finn. He did get around Tanner Sharp, but he's having difficulties getting around Kevin Finn. There, he finally makes it. He's on the move to get to the front. Tanner Sharp now on the inside of Kevin Finn. Oh,
little touch right there.
Yep, almost a touch there on Kevin's door. Cameron Rich has closed up on Samuel Close. Samuel's out in that clean air right now, Jeff, and I really think that's helping him a lot.
Yeah, I think you're right. And, especially at a hard, difficult track like this, man, clean air, no matter what track you're at, it's always good for the leader. And, when he starts getting those other drivers coming up on him right now, like we see Cameron Rich closing in here, that's also going to play a factor too. Because he could get up there and get there going around his rear spoiler and kind of get his the back end part of the car kind of uncomfortable with him up there running around with the air moving around the way it is with him closing in on him. So I think this is about to become a pretty good race and a battle for the lead here as we see Cameron closing in. It looks like he's getting inches every lap.
No, Cameron a little out of shape.
Oh.
Just got to wait so long to get back in that throttle, because you can't. Oh man, you just do not want to touch that throttle.
No, sir.
That back end will come around so quick.
Yeah, that's another characteristic of this track. With the flat racing surface, you got to know exactly what point of the corner to get back on the throttle. If some drivers hit it in the wrong spot in the wrong area, man, it just unloads that car drastically, and you don't know what it can do. It can snap loose on you or just get tight and push up. So this track's very weird that way.
Well, Nathan Velez has closed up on Paul Ross now, and that would be for 5th place. All important to try to stay with the points there in this chase. So,
yes.
Looks like the splitter and the spoiler on the back signifies that they are in the chase. A good way to signify it. Yellow. Good racing here between Samuel Close and Cameron Rich. Trying to see if there's any other battles going on, but Rusty Webb, Drew Eisenman in a battle. Drew, boy, I'll tell you what, he's really been turning on the heat here. He's came from back in 16th, and he's going into 11th. I'm sorry, 10th. They take that back. He's going into 10th.
And now here comes Matt Hackathorn battling on the inside here of Rusty Webb.
Well, probably looking at about 2 pit stops here for the race. Brent Miller not that far ahead of the leaders. Be the next one to go a lap down. We've got Richard Lafferty, Johnny Thomas, Chad Brown, and Nick Miller. 1 or more laps down. Nick Miller is back out on the track. Nathan Velez cleared Paul Ross, and now Paul's got Richard Hines coming up on him. He's going to just drive right around Paul Ross.
Yeah, wow.
Who are the announcers rooting for? I don't know. Jeff, have you ever thought about who you were rooting for in here?
Not, to be honest, no. I mean, all of these guys run great races, racing. I mean, and excuse me on that, but I mean, just watching these guys race the way they do, it's just hard to root for somebody. I'm glad at any time any of these guys that run up front win. So,
well, I'm just gonna kind of step in and say that I got to root for my buddy Race Clark. He's always been really friendly and really he doesn't go out there and try to drive the wheels off of it too awful hard, and he gives plenty of room to everybody. He's a very considerate driver. So if I had to choose somebody, I'd probably root for Race Clark.
Yeah, I feel you on that one there. And if I had to actually, choose a guy over here to root for, which is coming to the pits right now, be the number 3 car of Tanner Sharp. I've talked to Tanner a lot over here since I've started helping you, Rudy, here at 3 Wide. He's such a nice guy, too, to just hang out with and talk to when the race isn't going on. And he's just such a fast driver as well. And, he knows his way around the racetrack. So, yeah, I think if I had, I think I'd pick Tanner Sharp.
Well, these guys are all coming into pit road here. Boy, really early.
Wow, and a lot of them.
Yeah, Cameron Rich is in. Kevin Finn. Got quite a few of them. And Richard Hines on pit road. All right, we're all the way. Pit stop's done. Samuel Close is still out there on the track turning laps.
Yes, he is.
And each and every driver, they have their own pit strategy. It looks like, yep, he's coming to pit road. He knows that if he stays out there too much longer, those guys are going to get by him. And he does not want that to happen. So he comes to pit road now.
Yeah, that was a very good call. To know that those other drivers are starting to pit and get on fresher tires at a track like this. Don't stay out there much longer and burn those things up because they will catch you.
That put Corey Lindsay in the lead. He hasn't led a lap yet. Got to go around and complete this lap here in order to score that. Going to put Samuel Close back to 4th. It's kind of weird how that worked out. He stayed out. I think he stayed out there just long enough that those guys had pitted a couple laps just before Samuel Close did. Now he's coming up on Brent Miller. He will get by Brent Miller, and then next he'll be looking for Cameron Rich, but Cameron is 4 seconds ahead of him. Cameron he will inherit the lead here in a minute. He hasn't led a lap yet.
And Corey Lindsay is on pit road.
All right, well, that's going to put Cameron Rich in the lead, and he's going to collect his bonus point right here. There it is. Lap led for Cameron. No, not yet. He still hasn't led that. Wow.
Yeah, that was actually very close, but Corey Lindsay got that. Yeah.
That's good. Corey got to collect some bonus points. All right, Cameron will lead this lap though. That's a guaranteed point right there.
Yep.
Second place, Samuel Close is back 4.4 seconds after leading the first 38 laps of the race. Finds himself behind Cameron Rich, right where he does not want to be. Wants to be ahead of Cameron.
Exactly. Yeah, him and Cameron are tied in points right now in this first part of the chase. So, yeah, Samuel most definitely wants to be ahead of Cameron because right now the points aren't looking good for him if he's not.
Extreme Wood in chat. All right. I don't know if there's a significance behind that name.
Do we want to know?
Yeah, maybe we don't. I don't know. Here comes Tanner Sharp. He's closing up on Samuel Close. About 1.1 seconds behind Samuel. Maybe he's not closing that up as much as I thought he was. Nathan Velez in fourth. After pit stop cycled around, Kevin Finn finds himself in fifth. Caution free so far, coming up on a third of the way through the race already, Jeff.
Yeah, and with this race being caution free so far, it's helping it move along at a very fast pace. And it's been great racing all around so far, so I think we're probably looking for a green flag run to go even longer. Now that I said that, I probably jinxed him.
Yeah, you probably did. Richard Hines finds himself in seventh. Richard Lafferty, eighth. We always see these two around each other, don't we, Richard and Richard?
Yes, we always do. The Richard and Richard show.
Yeah. Tony Thomas, ninth place. Race is back in 10th now. He lost a few positions in that. Started 7th today and running back in 10th. One that's really done the moving out here today has been Drew Eisenman. Started 19th on the field and he's running in 11th now. This has been great for him. He, one of the chase runners here today, chase contender that we usually see him up there bidding for the lead throughout the race. So maybe just being patient right now. And just let the race come to him, maybe. Because there's liable to be guys that, may get loose or make a mistake or something, or even make a mistake on pit road, and he'll be able to capitalize. That's what, keep an eye on Drew.
Brandon Kreutz in chat says, "Hey guys." Hey Brandon.
Yeah, extremely. Yeah, I bet you a lot of people do get a kick out of that name. That is kind of. How you doing, Brandon?
Tim Racer 94 says, "Love this racetrack. Nice and flat, makes for some great racing."
Oh, there ain't no doubt about that. This is a pretty popular track on the circuit that, for trucks, Xfinity cars, I would say more so. But even for the Gen 6 here, it's actually pretty good. You know, it's
Yeah,
all about throttle points.
exactly. But now I will say one thing: when you run the modifieds here, that is like Daytona for those cars.
Really?
So that's all, so the modified races here. If you got the right setup, you can basically run them flat out around the corners if you've got it right. And there's always a lot of pack racing and modified races here at New Hampshire. So modified races in New Hampshire, always great to see.
Well, I'll tell you what, Samuel Close might be putting. Nope, he just lost some time right there to Tanner Sharp. I was just going to say he looked like he was putting distance on Tanner Sharp, but Tanner closed up on him. They're kind of back and forth. I guess it depends on the turn and how they get off and everything. But I like the new paint job on Samuel's car, the Ducati
Yeah.
Toyota. It looks pretty good.
That's sharp.
I think I'm saying that right, Ducati.
Yeah, that's right, Ducati. Yeah, it's actually a brand of motorcycle, and they race it in the MotoGP series.
That's right. That's where I've heard that before. I knew I heard it in Ducati somewhere. I wonder if Samuel's a dirt bike racer.
He could be, yeah, because I think they make dirt bikes too. Yeah.
That's something I'd have to ask him.
Yeah.
Or a bike racer, I should say, bike driver. Maybe he's got a Ducati.
Might be, yeah, because they make street bikes too. So I mean, they make all kinds of bikes. So he could be numerous amounts of things with that. But yeah.
You a bike rider? I don't mean to.
Me?
I don't mean the pedal kind either.
No, I've never ridden a motorcycle.
I've ridden them, but I'll tell you what, the last time I was on one, I seen my whole life flash before my eyes, and I told my buddy, I said, don't ever let me get on that thing again.
That's exactly the same reason I never got on one of the stories I've heard of them and stuff like that. I'm like, not for me, no thanks.
Well, mine was, I made a mistake. I was so used to my four-wheeler had one brake handle. And it was four-wheel disc brakes. Okay, so I reached up and grabbed onto the right side. Well, that's front brake.
Yeah.
Or whichever one. I can't remember. I reached up and grabbed it, and it was the front brake, and it locked the front brake up, and I was doing about 45 miles an hour.
Ooh.
I stopped about 3 feet from the guardrail.
Ooh.
And I just come to a complete stop right there, and I just sat there for like 5 minutes. And man, I'll tell you, my heart was right in my mouth. I turned it around and I limped up I was only about a mile from my house, and I limped up all up along the berm doing about 25 miles an hour all the way back to my house. Parked that thing. I said, don't you ever let me on that thing again.
I wouldn't even know how to ride one if I got on it. I probably wouldn't even. I'd probably hurt myself just trying to get it in gear and just like start driving. I'd probably fall off of it. So.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I see Cameron's girlfriend in chat rooting him on. So good to see you, Jessica. He's doing well.
Very well.
I started 5th. Didn't take him long to get by a few of the drivers. He had a great pit stop, come out of pit road with about a 4-second lead over Samuel Close. And he's doing real well.
Yeah, so far he's going here to lead lap 18, so he's led 18 laps tonight here at New Hampshire.
Tanner Sharp has faded a little bit off of Samuel Close. I don't know. Is Cameron Rich is coming up on some lap traffic, so I think that might be why we're seeing Samuel Close clicking a 10th off here and there. Let's keep an eye on him because he is He's got a lot of lap traffic right ahead of him. Going to get by Corey Lindsay. While he's racing these guys, Samuel Close is catching them.
Yeah, that's always a big factor to factor in at short tracks like this, mile tracks. You know, when you get up like that, get a good run going, and you start closing in on those lap cars, they could cause an issue to where it slows your momentum down while you're trying to get around them cleanly and allows the guys behind you to catch you.
See, now Samuel Close has closed into about 3.5 seconds now, but now he's got to deal with that lap traffic too.
Exactly. Yeah. Now that Cameron Rich has cleared them, that's actually going to work vice versa now.
Right.
Once Samuel Close catches them, they want to slow him down and allow Cameron Rich to pull away.
Let's go back and check on my old buddy Race Clark. He's up to 8th.
Doing good. And right behind him, he's got the company of Drew Eisenman. Drew started 19th place tonight here at New Hampshire, and he's worked his way up to 9th in the top 10. A good run for Drew.
Absolutely great run for him. Yes, I would say he's probably the biggest mover right now. A forward mover, I should say.
And an excellent job for Wade Lear tonight, too, I noticed back here in the 07 machine. He started dead last on the field in 21st position at the tail end of the field. And he's worked his way up to 11th, and he's looking to fix him a top 10 spot here.
Got Johnny Thomas and Richard Lafferty on pit road.
Yes, sir.
Their pit stop. A 4-tire change for both of them. A full tank of Sunoco fuel, and Richard Lafferty is going to come out ahead of Johnny Thomas. Good pit stop for Richard Lafferty. Man, awesome job. Of course, there's going to be a lap down here, but still, we're in a good place here because we know the leader's got to come to pit road eventually. Mike Stevens was back out on the track, but I see he's went back to pit road now.
Yeah, he has.
Sure, the Tabasco. Maybe he got some Tabasco on them tires or something.
Yeah, maybe he was eating something with Tabasco sauce, and it leaked out on the tires and kind of burned some holes in them. Nathan Young in chat says, "Evening, gents." Hello, Nathan.
Hi, Nathan.
Yeah, that's another driver sign out here tonight. Yeah, where's Nathan? Yeah, he's in chat.
Yep. Kevin Finn's having a great run here tonight. Been maintaining that 4th place. He was up to 2nd there for a while, and of course Cameron Rich and Tanner Sharp both got by him, and since then they've kind of pulled away, but it's still a great run here for Kevin Finn. And he's got one of the chase guys, well, he's in the chase, but one of the guys that's higher in the points than him, Nathan Galez, right behind him. Just kind of watching these guys race out here, Jeff's kind of got me itching to get out there and race a little bit, you know?
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, me too. This has been a pretty good race so far. They've clicked 69, almost 70 laps down here. Still green flag conditions. They haven't had a single caution yet tonight out of 150 laps. So this race has been excellent.
Ross trying to hold off Richard Hines. Richard got a pretty good run here if he can hold on to it. Nope, not going to be able to do it that time. He had a good run though on Paul Ross. Just got to wait so long to get back into that gas that he got a little bit better run that time out of turn 4. Good racing between those two back here for 5th and 6th. Drew Eisenman does work his way into 7th.
Yeah, he's coming.
And I mean, he's a long ways behind the leader, 19 seconds behind the leader, but still, he's hooked up and running real well. Race Clark in 8th. Oh, there it is. Everybody blinked out on me. They didn't fix that yet.
Uh-oh.
They're back. Hackathorn 9th, and Wade Lear rounds out the top 10. You were right on that. Well, I'll tell you, Wade's having a good night here tonight.
Yes, he is.
Well, no cautions. We can't talk to anybody. We're already coming up on the halfway mark, Jeff.
Yeah.
Haven't been able to talk to anybody. I surely
Well,
hope
we haven't.
if somebody wrecks out, and gosh, I hope that don't happen, but somebody wrecks out, you know, just like we could have talked to maybe Stephen Ketman there, but I do not believe he is in here. No? Not even in
No, he was never in TeamSpeak, so.
Yeah. Eisenman getting around Kevin Finn and Richard
Oh,
Hines.
we got our first caution.
Yep, there it is.
Nick Miller is involved in that one, along with, oh no, Tanner Sharp.
Tanner Sharp. Let's go back and take a look here. Nick Miller was on the outside. Tanner Sharp took it to the inside. Looks like they're going to go 3 wide. That's what it was. Tanner did not back out of it. He stayed right in it. He got down below that yellow line. And he got into the side of Nick Miller right there. He didn't back out of it, man. He just kept right in it. Pretty relentless on the inside of Nick Miller there. But just a slight bump, really. Not, kind of superficial damage. Not really anything that serious. But enough to kind of knock the wind out of their sails a little bit. Cameron is going to bring everybody to pit road, folks.
Okay, I've never seen that before.
What's that?
Pace car blinking.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the actual driver's car, the race cars themselves were fine. It was just the pace car that was blinking. That was strange.
Well, we had 2 guys that stayed out, Kevin Finn and Richard Hines. Cameron Rich does come off of pit road first. I'll tell you, one of the big movers out there is Nathan Velez. He's gonna pick up a few positions here after Kevin Finn and Richard Hines come to pit road, but not sure if they're going to. Yep, Kevin Finn's coming in. So is Richard Hines. So that'll give the lead back up to Cameron Rich. Oh, first caution, you want to get somebody in here, hurry up.
Yep, alright. Let's talk to Daniel Close. Find him here. There he is. Samuel Close, you got a copy?
Yeah, sure do.
Hey, man, tell us about your run you've been having out there tonight. You led the first 38 laps of this race, but Cameron Rich is starting to catch you on that. You two were in the chase. You were tied in points in the chase coming into tonight's race. Tell us how your run is out there tonight, what it's going to take to get up there and race with Cameron at the end of this thing.
It's hard to pass. I was working on a little bit of pit strategy there. Cameron pitted a little early. I was trying to stretch my fuel out, and I think he also got into pit road and Alpha pit road a little bit quicker. But it's been fun. I feel like I'm pretty fast, and I'm looking forward to seeing how this thing goes.
Exactly. Yeah, we've seen a couple guys tonight getting loose there, coming off of turn 2. How does the turns feel to you, and with the way you got to control the throttle here at a tough track like this?
It's tight in. You gotta. Personally, I think you kind of got to ease her in there, get the nose to turn, and then kind of dip down a little bit lower on exit. And she gets pretty loose on exit. You got to be careful and make sure you don't lose it.
Exactly. All right. Well, so you're getting one to go here. You're coming into the last couple corners, so we'll let you go here and get back to racing. Good luck, and hopefully we'll talk to you later on.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, it's one of the things that I learned a long time ago back, when I first started racing with easy in and hard off. Easy into turns and hard off. But we're back under green here, folks.
And a good restart by the 17 car, Cameron Rich, man. He just shot out of the gate there on that one. And he's starting to pull away from Samuel Close, but I think Samuel's going to really back in coming off the corner here.
Yeah, he knows Samuel's pretty fast too, so they're both kind of like in the same boat right now.
Yeah.
Cameron knows Samuel's fast, and Samuel knows Cameron's fast. So they got to try to get every move that they can possibly make to make themselves actually be ahead of each other or ahead of the rest of the field.
Exactly, yeah. And look who's coming up here with them in the third position, Paul Ross.
Yeah.
We've seen him kind of running in the back part of the top 10 in the first half of the race tonight. But now looks like since we're getting, we got a car loose off of turn 2.
That was Kevin Finn.
Yeah. Whew. I think he saved it, though, and kept it going.
Good save. That's a good thing about what you were talking about earlier there, about this track being pretty wide, Now, the front stretch is different than the back stretch. The front stretch, you got that inside pit wall, and, if you would happen to get loose coming off of turn 4, you better make sure you get it gathered up before you get into that inside wall. Now, in the back stretch, you got quite a bit of a grassy stretch there that there's plenty of room that even if you do get down on that grass, at least you're not going to get into the wall.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's a little bit of that was a good point, Rudy. There's a little bit of leeway there on the backstretch with that grass being there before you actually get into contact with the wall. But if you get loose coming off of turn 4, man, you ain't got much time to save that car if you're getting loose. So. But the good thing is, it looks like the trouble spot has been turn 2, so they do have enough time to get their car back under control. We haven't really seen anybody get loose off turn 4 tonight, so that's the good thing.
Yeah, and it's kind of a weird situation because this is a symmetrical track, and it reminds me of let's just take like Indianapolis for example. Indianapolis track. Ooh, there's some more off of the pace there. But anyhow, it's a symmetrical track, but as well as I do, turn 1 is different than turn 3, and turn 2 is different than turn 4. And you would think that there being a symmetrical track that it would feel the same coming out or going in, and it doesn't.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it's kind of the same here, And then I wonder how much the weather's got to play into factor.
Yeah, I see that. Ooh, good thing you mentioned that, because I forgot to check what the weather looked like today. Winds are pretty calm, only 2 miles per hour, so I really don't think that's much of a factor. But the ambient air temp is 76 degrees, track temp 104.
A little warm on the track.
Yeah.
That can come into play too. Oh, Cameron Rich out of shape.
Yes, sir, but he saved it, and he kept it in the lead. So, man, good will in there by Cameron Rich in the 17 car.
And Samuel, he probably had a little smile on his face right there when that was going on because, man, he closed up right on the back of Cameron now.
Yeah.
I'm sure he doesn't want to see, one of his racing friends out there wreck it or anything, but if that's what it took right there for him to have a chance to get back into the lead, I'm sure Samuel was smiling about it. He was, yeah, there it is. Cameron gathered it up, so he's good to go, and now he's starting to pull back away from Samuel.
Yeah. Oh no! I just saw him running in the top 10. I wonder what. Oh, Wade Lear took his car behind the wall. Yeah, right there on that restart, he was running in 5th place. So,
Rising. Tanner Sharp is way back here. He is in 9th place. Huh?
Yeah, so the later stage of the run here, Tanner's not really having that race I think he was hoping for, Rudy. He started up in the top 3 today in the race. He started 3rd place. He finds himself back here in 9th. At least it's still a top 10 run for him here so far, but I think he's looking to get back up front as best as he can, try to race these guys.
That kind of makes you wonder what these guys are going to think going into Watkins Glen next week, where they got to not just turn left, but they got to turn right too.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Thank you, Nathan. That's a very good point that I actually didn't know, but when we was talking about the weather there playing a factor in with the track, Nathan just told us the track also started with a 64% base of rubber laid on the racetrack.
Oh boy. I don't have a crank it up cam for this track, Nathan. The tracks that I have, nobody's been running them lately. I don't have any crank it up cam. We're in the odd tracks right now. But I haven't even seen my guy that makes them crank it up cams for me and stuff. I haven't seen him in, about 2.5 months, 3 months.
Oh, wow.
I've messaged him, and he said he's just been working a lot and hasn't had time, but that he will get back with. Paul Ross now 2.2 seconds. Peter. Nathan Velez 4th. Race Clark up to 5th. He's moving up through the field. And sometimes Race is actually in chat and does text to us there under cautions and stuff, but I haven't seen him yet today.
Yeah, with this good run he's having right now in the top 5, man, this is good for Race tonight.
Oh, we got 60 to go. But the laps are turning down, man. 1 caution so far. Kind of a good thing it caught the field back up. We've got 12 cars on the lead lap right now. There would have been a lot of cars a lap down at that caution. Tony Thomas, next one to go a lap down. We usually see Johnny running a little bit better than this, but like you said, this track is hot. It's tight going into the turns. Guys have got a lot to stay focused on because of their throttle points. Can't get back there too soon.
Exactly. Yeah. As I mentioned at the beginning of the show there, this track's just weird that way, but and also with its hot conditions today as well, if you don't get your marks right with the throttle control and you hit it wrong going into the corner, coming back off of the corner, you could just unload the car in the weirdest way and either make it loose or get it tight. and we've seen drivers getting loose off of turn 2. So we're thinking that might be the issue of that there with the throttle control and unloading the car. And we've also seen some guys getting kind of high in the corners in 3 and 4. So, yeah, just this track looks, like you said earlier, Rudy, and it was a good point to point out. Like you said, this track looks symmetrical, but it has very different characteristics in the corners. Yeah. So that's one thing to watch out for here at this track always.
It's just kind of funny that it's that, for a sim, that it's that sensitive to the turns being different.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, Johnny Thomas is coming up on Richard Lafferty here. It almost looked like he was going to take it 3 wide there with Corey Lindsay.
3 wide racing league.
Yeah, there you go. Going to clear Corey here. Gave him plenty of room. Corey's running back in 16th position. I know a lot of people like short track racing, and with the right car, the right track, and the right setup and everything, yeah, it is a blast. But if you're out here and you're really struggling with the setup, or your car just does not feel comfortable to you, it just makes for a grueling long race.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Well, Samuel Close is caught right up to Cameron Rich, and look at this. He may be trying to take that position back away from Cameron.
Yeah, I think he might be. Man, the thing I've been noticing also here tonight too, Rudy, that makes this track interesting a lot more is that the drivers in these Gen 6 cars on the straightaways can get up to 150 to 155 miles per hour, and then when they get into the corner, they're diving back down almost near 90.
Yep. Well, thank you, Nathan. I appreciate that, man. That's really great. Did you read what he said in chat there?
Yeah, I just now did. Yeah, thank you very much, Nathan.
That's pretty awesome. Well, I'll tell you, Nathan, I'm going to tell you a little something that I've thought about many, many times. It really makes my job so much easier having great co-commentators in the booth with me. Scott Brinson, Jeff Dotson, those guys, they're just top-notch co-commentators. I'm telling you, both of them are just awesome. Jeff, he started out, he's come a long ways in a short time, too. It really hasn't been that long. Now, Scott and we've worked together for, I don't even know, a year and a half or a couple of years maybe, and off and on. And so we're pretty comfortable with each other. And Jeff, he's really fit right in, man. He's part of the MaxSpeedTV family, and man, it's just that's just the way it is. He's there. I'll tell you what, Samuel Close is taking a look every now and then on the inside of Cameron Rich, and he just has not been able to find the grip to get a good run on Cameron.
Yeah, this battle's really intriguing me right now. I don't want to take my eyes off of it. I'm really watching these guys battle and, kind of seeing the two of them struggle with, with Cameron trying to hold off Samuel and Samuel trying to get around Cameron. It's just making it so interesting to see here. And they're both chase contenders, and they were tied coming into this race. And having that all there with that within your little what could I say, cookie jar, I guess? Yeah. That makes the racing even more interesting to watch because they know they're battling for position.
Well, we've got some other battles going on here, too, because Paul Ross and Nathan Velez, they've been battling each other for quite some time now. And
yes, they have.
Another battle there was Richard Hines and Drew Eisenman and Race Clark. Drew is right there close to Richard Hines. And Race Clark, he was right on the back of Drew.
Yeah. Now I see Richard Hines is closing in on Kevin Finn here. So, man, I think this group back here is starting to kind of heat up for a battle a little bit, too.
Johnny Thomas just now coming off pit road. What could be his last pit stop, I'm not sure. I believe he could make it from here. So that could have been his final pit stop.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, it's there's less than 50 laps to go now, so I believe you're right about that. He can make it the rest of the way.
The race up front here has been, this has been pretty wild. That these two are that evenly matched. That whoever's in the lead is, it's just going to be a matter of whoever's in the lead coming down the last lap. The way it's looking right now, yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, Samuel Close got loose coming off of turn 2. He saved the car, but he lost a little bit of ground on Cameron Rich. But I think it won't be it wasn't too much. And I think he'll be able to recap from this and catch him.
Okay, Scott saying 2 years. Okay. 14-0 49ers at the halftime. Wow, that's amazing.
Got Garrett Robinson in chat. Hey, Garrett. He says, just got out of a Carburetor Cup race and finished 5th.
Sure.
Ran out of gas thanks to the dude who pushed me to the line from 3 to 4.
Nice. Oh, Velez has cleared Paul Ross and actually got quite a ways away from him. Now Paul's back 4.8 seconds and fading.
Yeah.
I think we're going to see, we're seeing something happening here that these guys, I think they're trying to go just as long as they can. So when they do finally make their final pit stop, it's a short run to the end and they can race it up hard.
Exactly, and that's something we see a lot here at New Hampshire, and it's something that can pay off for a lot of drivers and may not pay off for some. So that'll also make the race more interesting here as we go through the later stages of the race with less than 50 to go, and we'll see how these drivers can do their pit strategies and get in where they come out.
There's a couple that got together, but they saved it. Richard
Wow.
Hines and Kevin Finn.
What was that we just watched?
I'm thinking maybe Richard Hines thought he was clear of Kevin Finn or something and come up, and Kevin was there. Well, that opened the door up for Drew Eisenman because now Drew does not have any damage on his car.
No, he doesn't. And, man, I was looking at that right there, too, Rudy. And look at how close Drew was to these guys when they started touching and wrecking. And he just had the quick mentality and quick thinking to get out of that situation quick and stay with his car clean and get around these guys.
Well, I'll tell you what, this race ain't over between Finn and Hines because Richard Hines is coming up on the inside of Kevin Finn right now.
Yeah.
Kevin gets such a good run off of the turn, though. He comes right back.
Yeah, I've been noticing that.
They're still side by side. Race Clark has caught up to them, and he's sitting there, got a bird's eye view of this here, watching this out his windshield. And Hines does finally. Oh, and he loses it. Got into the inside wall, no caution, but serious damage on Richard Hines. Go back and take a look at this. Look at this again. Now I'm on Richard. He just got, trying to keep it off of Kevin Finn really cost him a lot. He got into the wall and he's going to be smoking bad. I don't know if he's going to try to come to pit road. Yep, coming in. That's probably going to end his day because that car is going to be really messed up. He'll have to sit there for a long time getting that fixed up.
Yeah, and tough break, man. That was some good racing he was doing around Kevin and race there. But, tough break for him to take it off turn 4 and get into the wall. Man, it looks like his car has just got a lot of heavy damage on it.
I just can't believe this race is still going on up in the front here.
Yeah.
Coming to 38 to go.
Yeah, and the green flag runs they've been having here, man, this is amazing as well. Looks like we got the 41 car there coming to pit road now. Rusty Webb. So I think the... sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, he's got a little bit of damage on his car, too. But
He does, yeah. So I think we're starting to see the last round of stop cycles starting with Rusty Webb here.
Velez is starting to put a little closure here on them front two. Watching the times, he'll pick off a 10th and then he loses a 10th. So he's struggling with one of the sets of turns. Like right here, he's picking up. Yeah, he picked up a little in 3 and 4, but he loses a little bit in 1 and 2, and he's coming to pit road. I've had enough of them old tires. They're shot. They're gone. I'm history. I'm getting into pit road to get some new ones. Lots of them. Everybody coming to pit road. Cameron Ridge,
Yeah.
all the leaders on pit road.
Wow. Wasn't expecting to see this many guys pit at once, but I think this is the right time to do it.
Samuel Close beat Cameron Rich off of pit road. He had about 3/4 of a second quicker pit stop than Cameron Rich did. But look at this here. Cameron Rich just drives right around Samuel Close.
Wow. Samuel still trying to fight back on the high side, though, but I don't think he's been able to pull it off. And now we see him looking to the inside of Cameron Rich here as they come off turn 4.
He's probably scratching his head right now going, how did he do that?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, Samuel Close looking to the inside again here on Cameron Rich, but man, I'm telling you, Rudy, Cameron's getting really good runs on the high side coming off the corners.
Yeah, he was pretty close right there, though. He did tap the wall just a touch. Not anything that would do any damage on it, but now if Samuel Close can keep the pressure on Cameron and just hope that Cameron makes a mistake, he could come out of here the winner. But Cameron is looking real strong out there right now. He is coming up on some lap traffic, so kind of wondering if any of this lap traffic is going to come into play on this and how this is going to work out with it. Coming up on, let's see, who is that, the 38? Yeah, that would be Cody Wright. Cameron Rich drove around the outside. Samuel Close said, okay, I'm going to try that too.
Yeah, I think it's working for both these guys right now.
And it's still 4.9 seconds or 5 seconds back to Nathan Velez. Tanner Sharp finds himself in 4th, but I think he's got a pit. No, maybe not. That's still a good comeback, no matter what. That's still a good comeback for Tanner. We've seen what happened to him earlier there, and he kind of fell way back. Actually, was a lap down, if you remember.
Yeah, it was.
Got himself back on the lead lap now and up to 4th.
Yeah, this is a great run for him tonight.
That's some great pit strategy.
Very great. And we got Paul Ross behind him in 5th, so really good run tonight for Paul Ross. We're seeing him kind of have some up and down parts of the night here, but he's also having another good run, battling back here in the later stage of the race and looking for a top 5 finish.
Well, it's coming up 30 to go this time by, and these two are still racing it hard up in the front here.
Yes, they are. This is just, man, I tell you, the more I keep watching these two, the more interesting it gets. And I'm seeing these guys trying different lines to get around each other. And, you know, I'm seeing, look like Cameron, I think he hit the wall there a little bit. Or is that just him getting loose? Getting really tailed.
He just got a little bit loose.
Yeah, okay. Just watching these guys here with the lines they're running, Cameron, looking, I think, in his rearview mirror a little bit here and there, trying to, kind of hold off of Samuel close, and Samuel just looking and trying to find the right line to pass Cameron. And this has just been a great race. I'm seeing some smoke here with these guys.
I think it's somebody just came to pit road. Rusty Webb, maybe?
Yeah, Rusty Webb, yep, he's smoking.
And they're both really loose coming off the turns. They're just hitting the throttle so hard, racing each other so hard.
Yeah, this is great to watch, man. This is just so amazing to see these guys racing as hard as they are. They know they're both racing for position here in the chase, and they were tied coming into this race. Man, that just makes the racing even more better for these two guys.
Look at Samuel close up on Cameron Rich. Man, he's got the horsepower. He's got the power to do it. It's just every time he tries to stick that nose in under Cameron Rich, he cannot hold it at that high speed coming off the turn and not having much grip.
Exactly, and I also kind of think, too, the way they're coming off the corners, they're kind of running the same line coming off, so it's kind of hard for Samuel to make an accurate pass with that in play.
And I'll tell you what, I can't remember the last time I've seen a track that covered with rubber.
Yeah, tell me about it. I don't think I have either.
And the front stretch is just absolutely loaded with rubber. So is the turns.
Yeah. Yeah, well,
Cameron Rich out of shape, and now he's in them marbles down on the low side.
Yeah, Samuel Close will prevail on the high side and get back in the lead.
There you go. That's all it takes. And, boy, I see some pretty heavy damage on the right front corner of Cameron Rich's car.
Yeah, I think he did tap all a little bit there, too.
Yeah, the rubber on this track is just wild. I can't believe it.
Yeah.
I mean, the places where the cars are not going is just about black with rubber.
Yeah, exactly. And the good point that Nathan Young pointed out to, Samuel close into the wall now coming off of turn 2, and Cameron Rich will get back around him now. Or try to coming into the corner here. Samuel fighting back on the outside, but I think Cameron's got it on the low side here as they come off turn 4, and he sure does. Man, I tell you, that right there shows you how hard these guys are racing for that position.
Yep. You got them cars right on the very edge of spinning.
Yeah.
But, it is go time, Jeff. There are 23 laps to go.
Yeah, and Cameron Rich got loose again coming off turn 2, but he was able to keep it out of the wall that time. So, man, this race up front with these two is heating up, and it's getting interesting.
I know we're not really covering anybody else, but there really isn't a whole lot of great racing going on back here for position. I mean, Paul Ross to get around Tanner Sharp. Tanner back to 5th. Other than that, the field's pretty much spread out right now. Drew Eisenman, 6th place. Race Clark, 7th. Evan Finn, 8th. Matt Hackathorn, last one on the lead lap, in 9th place. In 10th, Johnny Thomas, first one a lap down.
Yeah, him and Richard Lafferty are coming back off pit road here.
Yeah, I definitely would want new tires if I could, at all possible, get them.
Yes.
But But I don't think these leaders are going to down pit road. They're going to stay out there right to the bitter end. 20 to go. Velez has not been able. He has not been able to close up on them, but
oh. Man, this race has went by quick. They've only been in the race for an hour and 15 minutes, and we're coming down to 19 to go now.
Well, we know we haven't seen the last of this, the slipping and sliding there a little bit in the turns, but now we're just kind of wondering here if Cameron Rich makes a mistake, because we're getting down to the end, but he can't afford to make a mistake again and let Samuel Close get by him, because the race could be over. He may not be able to reel him back in and get back by Samuel. So these guys they're racing defensively right now, pretty much. Cameron Rich is defending that position. He does not want Samuel Close to get it, because he knows if he does, the race is going to be over. To go. Coming to 17. All right, while these guys are racing it out, run down through the field here real quick. Cameron Rich started in 5th, running on the point here. Samuel Close started on pole, running in 2nd. Nathan Velez started 2nd, running in 3rd. Paul Ross started 6th, running in 4th. Tanner Sharp started 3rd, running in 5th. Drew Eisenman, probably the biggest mover out here today, started 19th position, running in 6th. Race Clark started 7th, running in 7th, trying to hold off Kevin Finn. Kevin started 4th, running in 8th. Matt Hackathorn started 10th, running in 9th, and rounding out the top 10, one lap down, first car lap down, started 12th and running in 10th is Johnny Thomas. I seeing Cameron putting a little distance there on Samuel Close, or is Samuel doing it? We have a caution.
Yeah, we got a second caution.
Oh, Race Clark. No damage.
Oh,
no. A slight bump on the inside. Good deal. That's what we like to see. I don't want to see anybody getting any damage out there, especially with these guys getting into the chase now. Oh yeah, one last pit stop for these guys.
Yes, sir.
Now's not a time you want to make a mistake on pit road. Cameron Rich going to be out first. Nathan Velez out second.
Yeah, wow, that's a game changer right there.
Hate to say it, but I wish Samuel Close made a mistake on pit road there and had to back up in his pit stall. That probably cost him the race.
Man, that's a bummer.
Well, let's see. Probably going to have about 11 or 12 to go here.
Probably, yeah.
All right, second caution of the race. We've had 4 lead changers. And right now, Cameron Rich does clinch the most laps led. Got 95 laps led right now. Kind of good. There's a lot of cars that will get back on the lead lap. A couple of cars, I should say. And to finish this race up there won't be no lap traffic out ahead of the leaders to contend with. That's something you didn't really think about, you know, now that be no lap traffic for them to contend with. So it's just going to be pure flat out racing between these top 3 or 4 up here. Let's see if they can do it, man. Cameron Richard's been on the rail. I just can't believe all that rubber on the track, man. That's unbelievable. I've never seen a race with that much rubber on the track.
Yeah. Well, remember back a while back in the show there, Nathan Young mentioned to us that they did start with 64% rubber.
Yeah.
So I'd say with the race, as long as it's been going, man, they've added a whole lot more to that 64% at the initial start.
Okay, Jeff, get them going.
All right. Pace cars back into pit road. And we're back to green flag racing here at New Hampshire. And another excellent restart by Cameron Rich. And I tell you, on that other first restart tonight, caution's right back out.
I see Corey Lindsay into the wall here. What happened to Corey?
I don't know.
Back and take a look here. Ooh, I don't know exactly what happened there, but he drives right into the end of pit road wall. Right into the barrels. I don't know what happened there. He just had it cut down too far or something.
Yeah.
Well, you're not going to see anybody come to pit road now. These guys will stay out, finish, on the tires you got. They've only didn't even run one green flag lap with them.
No.
So good news for Nathan Valdez, Paul Ross. Some guys sitting there going, all right, we get another chance to try to get a run on Cameron Rich, because he was pulling away. Nathan Valdez, you got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Well, Nathan, this kind of gives you another chance to get a run there on Cameron Rich. Boy, I'll tell you what, he's been on a rail today. Have you got anything for him?
I'll tell you the truth, I don't think so. I'm not really that great at this track, so I'm just trying to get a good finish to try and help me get towards the next round. So now, the truth is, I don't think I have much for him.
Well, it was hot temperatures out here. A lot of rubber buildup on the track. Has it affected any of the grip at all? I mean, have you found anything maybe a little bit on the higher side of the turns to find any grip up there, or is it just too loose up there and all them marbles?
It's pretty loose. It's loose off, but it's a dump truck going in. But it's really loose also. You really have to watch throttle when you're going off turns 3 and 2. Or turns 4 and 2.
Well, you got some hungry guys behind you, too. Samuel Close, which led 40 laps earlier. Paul Ross, he wants to get up there and win this. So can you fend them off and at least hold on to second, do you think?
I'm going to try. I'm hoping. I got to finally get a good restart. My restarts have been killing me, and then we get a caution right after that. So I'm hoping I'm going to try and get another good restart and see what happens.
All right, Nathan. Well, good luck out there, brother.
Thank you very much.
We should get the one to go right here. No, still under caution.
Yeah,
That should have been the one to go right there.
could have been. Yeah.
Something's not right there. I don't know. iRacing picked up something there. Somebody wasn't caught up to the field, or no doubt we'll get one to go here though. We're going to have a 5-lap shootout here. This is going to get good.
Yes, it is.
Yep, lights are out on the pace car. Cameron has elected to start on the outside again because he's been getting such good restarts out there. Hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? Don't change it, man. If it's working, don't change it.
Exactly.
Let's see if Nathan can get a little bit better start this time. If he knows Cameron's going on that pace car, he needs to be right on the pace car, man. He needs to just hit the throttle and go. The bad part of that is, if he doesn't, then Nathan will get a black flag for passing on the inside. That's kind of one of the options why when the guys take the high side like that, they're in command of the start. You can't pass on the inside.
Exactly.
Right. Pace car is going in, and there he goes. There's a good start. And Samuel Close even got a great start there too, because he cleared Paul Ross. And he's going to try that high side around Nathan Velez, but it's not going to work up there. I just think there's just too many marbles up there on that high side right now.
Yeah, I believe you're right.
Now here's a guy right here that I've been watching, Drew Eisenman. He is on the inside of Paul Ross. Has come from 19th up to 5th. Kevin Finmer with him.
Wow.
And I'm telling you what, these guys are racing it up hard right now. Going to be coming
Yes,
to
they
3
are.
to go this time. Doesn't look like anybody's going to have anything for Cameron. Still got 3 laps to do it in, though. Cameron's probably really glad he's got them fresh tires on that car right now. Just in case somebody got up there and challenging him, he's got something for him, you know?
Exactly, yeah.
These 3 have pulled away quite a bit there, about a whole second ahead of Paul Ross. Two to go. Velez drove it in pretty hard right there, hoping he could drive it in, you know, underneath him, but he washed up too much. Samuel Close, not sure what he's got to do to get by Nathan Velez. I mean, man, he is really putting the pressure on him, but it's just so tough to get by these guys. White flag in the air, folks. Last lap for Cameron Rich. Can he do it? On the backstretch. 2 more turns to go. There it is, folks. Out of turn 4, he will take the checkered flag here at New Hampshire for 3 wide racing. Congrats to Cameron Rich.
Yes, sir. Nathan Valdez will get second. Samuel Close will come home in third.
Well, you want to take Cameron and
Sure.
I'll let you start it out. Go ahead.
All right. I'll wait here for a few seconds, see if he does a victory burnout.
Nope.
He's coming straight to pit lanes. Cameron Rich, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, good run out there tonight. You led the most laps of the other night with 108 out of the 150. You had an excellent run out there tonight, man. We saw you battling most of the night with Samuel Close out there, and you guys are having a great battle. Tell us about your run out there tonight and what this win means to you, knowing that you come in and you two are actually tied in the points chase coming into tonight's race.
Yeah, man, I got to give a shout out to Sam. That racing was some of the best racing I've ever had, and anything ever. That was so fun. We were just tires were worn, and we were getting like wrecking off the corner, and just it was clean racing. That's what 3 Wide's all about, and that's what I'm sure that's what the MaxSpeedTV viewers want to see. That was good stuff. But yeah, the win means a lot to be able to get to the next round in the chase. Points don't really matter. It resets after next week anyway. But yeah, it takes a lot of pressure off having to perform in the next race. I don't have to win or finish second or something to advance.
Exactly, yeah. That's a good that happened, that you won't have to worry about that in the later stages of this part of the season. But about the track tonight, we saw a lot of guys getting loose there off of turn 2, and some guys getting kind of tight in turns 3 and 4. How did the track conditions feel to you out there with the track temperature being at about 104?
Oh man, it was really slick. Yo drove at the corner, it wouldn't turn at all, and underdrove it. It got too low off the corner, it would snap loose really bad, and I did that about 100 times during the race. About wrecked the car about 5 or so times. I got to know the infield pretty well, seeing it so many times, but yeah, it was just slick. It was slick and no grip, but it was fun.
Exactly, yeah. So into tonight's race here at New Hampshire, we know this is kind of a tough racetrack, and going into next week at Watkins Glen, how does this, put kind of like put a mental drain on you, knowing that these two tracks are kind of tough and kind of mentally challenging, but Watkins Glen is one of the lesser tough road courses. But how's that feeling to you with the road course being in the chase and one of the last chase races of one of the sections?
Well, I'm a road course guy, so I'm excited. I can't wait for next week. That's all I got to say.
Great, yep. Well, we've seen your girlfriend Jessica was rooting on you in chat there earlier tonight. I don't know if she's in there right now or not, though, but she was there and rooting you on tonight. So congratulations on your first place win here tonight at New Hampshire. Gotta give thanks a shout out to you before you go celebrate.
I got to thank my team owner, Drew Eisenman, for bringing me over here. I've had so much fun. This league's really great, and admin's over here. And a special shout out to Chesapeake Diecast. He makes really good stuff, so want to go see some awesome stuff, go check out his Twitter. He's really good at what he does, and it's pretty awesome that he's sponsoring this deal and everything, and it's just, yeah, pretty cool.
All right. Well, congratulations here tonight on your win here at New Hampshire. Go celebrate with your friends there, and good luck next week at Watkins Glen. Rudy, you got second place?
Thanks, Jeff.
I do. Nathan Valdez, you got a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
Well, you did it, Nathan. You kept it together and for them closing laps and brought home second place. So tell us a little bit about your race, and just I know you were talking earlier, you said it was pretty difficult, but with all that rubber on the track, how much more difficult did that make it?
Yeah, it made it pretty difficult. I mean, just watching coming off, especially coming off turn 2, is where I had the most problems. I don't know about anybody else, but I mean, I really had to blip that throttle or feather it, and that's where I was losing a lot of time. Thank God for all the long runs, because I'm usually better on longer runs than the shorter runs, because I get really bad restarts. So I was lucky that we had a lot of long runs, which was great for racing. So, I mean, it helped me out a lot because I had no confidence coming into this race.
Well, this is kind of one of them rhythm tracks, as I call it. You know, it's a symmetrical track, and you just kind of get into a rhythm, you know. And but it's so hard to stay focused on where you're at on the front stretch or the back stretch, because, like Jeff and I were talking throughout the race there, even these symmetrical tracks, turn 2 is different than turn 4, and turn 1 is different than turn 3. You know, it's you would think that they would be identical, but they're not, you know. Weather plays a factor in that. Whether somebody's on your tail and maybe stealing a little air off of you or inside of you or something. But there's a lot of factors that go into that. But you kept it together tonight, Nathan. You did a great job. We're very proud of you. And, man, I'm telling you what, that was one heck of a race. So the long green flag runs were really awesome to see. And you guys put on one whale of a show out there tonight. So you got anybody you want to thank tonight, Nathan?
Yeah, I'd like to thank our sponsor, Chesapeake Diecast. As Cameron was saying, he does a great job, has great products. I'd also like to thank Sharp Motorsports and my teammate, Tanner Sharp. He's always very helpful during races. He gives me advice whenever he can, so I'm appreciative of that. And I'd also like to thank Three Wide Racing League for putting on a great league. And I look forward to next season, so... And let me thank you guys too. You guys do a great job doing the commentating on these races. It's really awesome.
Well, you know, I kind of wanted to ask you, what do you got now? Next week you're going to a road course at Watkins Glen. How are you on road courses?
I'd say about average. Watkins Glen, I'm not too bad. But there's a lot of fast guys that are in our league that are good on road courses. So I'm just hoping for a top 10. That should get me over through to the next round. This race tonight was so big coming in second, so that definitely boosted my chances after last race 7th place. So I'm feeling pretty confident.
Very good. That's good. That's what it's going to take. You've got to stay confident and be confident about your season. And you've done a great job, Nathan, to keep yourself up there in the points. So congratulations on your second place tonight. We'll see you next week at Watkins Glen.
Thank you very much.
All right, Jeff, you got third?
I sure do. Samuel Close, you got a cop?
Sure do. What's up, guys?
Yeah, hey, man. We talked to you earlier on in the show there, and you told us about, how your race was going at that point. So tell us what happened there at the end there. Man, you had the great battle up there through the end with Cameron Rich, and, man, that was getting interesting to see. Tell us about how your thoughts were at the end of the race there.
Just a few, couple mental errors. Finally got by Cameron. He slipped up a little bit, and then I made a mental error and got out into the wall. Just trying to do too much, trying to get a little space between me and him, because he's really tough. And then after he got by me again, and just was kind of riding and hoping that I would get another opportunity, maybe he would get loose again. And then the cautions came out when I came into pit. I stopped a little short of my stall, and that was my second mental error. But without those, I think I could have pulled it off. It would have been close between me and Cameron. It was an extremely fun race, and probably the hardest I've driven over an entire run, and being able to hang on to it. And I know Cameron was sliding all over the place too. So it was a really, really fun time. The end there was just racing hard. Didn't really get the position I needed to get up to Cameron, but man, what a blast.
Exactly, yeah, there was a lot of great racing all night long tonight. Tell us about how you thought coming into the track tonight, knowing that in the chase and how you and Cameron were tied coming into tonight's race, and just for the next couple of weeks, knowing that there's some grueling tracks coming up, and how that was, and your thoughts.
It's really nice being locked into the next round. Really going to try focusing on that round, on the next round. I'm looking forward to Watkins Glen too, though. That's fun. Hoping to maybe drag a top 5 out of that. And, once we make the next round, just trying to continue being fast and aggressive, but not overly aggressive, and smart, and hopefully just make it to that last race and have a shot at the championship.
Exactly. Before we go here, me and Rudy was kind of fascinated with your paint scheme there tonight. We kind of had the question, Ducati, do you have a bike by that, or is it just a cool paint scheme you decided to run tonight?
Yeah, I do have a 848. I do some track days and stuff on it, and Drew Eisenman was nice enough to hook me up with that scheme, and Paul put the finishing touches on it, so I appreciate both of those guys. And it was just something different to run to mix up the schemes a little bit.
Cool. I like paint scheme. That's pretty sharp. So, well, congratulations on your third place finish here in New Hampshire. Sam, you got a good thing to shout out to before you go celebrate.
Oh, yeah, Chesapeake Diecast, obviously, for everything that they do, and the fact that he does really good work. 3OG, 3 Wide Racing, Paul, Corey, Nick. I also wanted to shout.
Oh, something happened to his mic.
Yeah.
So it makes it a lot of fun when you can race hard with guys and still have it be a clean race.
Exactly. All right. Well, congratulations tonight there on your third place finish, Sam. Good luck next week at Watkins Glen. We'll see you then.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate you doing everything that you do for us as well.
Yep, you're welcome. Thank you. See you next week.
I wanted to talk to Drew Eisenman real quick. Drew, are you there?
Yeah, I got you, Rudy.
Well, Drew, you come from 19th place, brother, up to 4th. Tell me how you did that, man. That was a tough track to pass on. You were a lap down there one time. You were making pit stops way early and everything. So, but everything seemed to work out in your favor coming down to the end. What was your strategy?
Make up for a really poor qualifying effort. I mean, I don't think I had a 19th place car in qualifying. I got a little tight coming out of 4, so I tried to stop before the start finish line, and that resulted in a really bad lap. So we had to make up for that. Felt I honestly probably could have gotten up there and mixed it up for the lead a little bit, but I definitely wasn't great on the short run like the 3 guys ahead of me. So I mean, I just played it smart. Keep all 4 fenders off the car. Or on the car, not off, definitely on. And just, play it safe. And everything just kind of worked out to where I was able to make a couple moves on that final restart and get up to 4th.
Well, we were talking, Jeff and I were talking about the rubber that was on the track. I have never seen so much rubber build up on a track as there was tonight. That's the most I've seen yet. So you guys were that probably wasn't helping the matters out there a whole lot either, slipping and sliding in them marbles.
Yeah, you could actually see them bouncing off your windshield. It was crazy. I've never seen it before like that, where I'm not talking like a little bit. I'm talking like constant chunks of rubber bouncing off your windshield. It was crazy. The track the groove, you could feel it move around a little bit and feel the rubber build up. And I think it really helped corner exit. It would really help the tires hook up on corner exit, but it would make you kind of tight through the center. But yeah, I mean, you could really feel it, especially with this new build, more than I've felt anywhere else before.
Wow, that's great. All right, well, thanks. Thanks for talking with us, Drew. Congrats on 4th, man. That was really, really a super great run. I think you were the biggest mover out there, starting 19th and finishing 4th.
All right, yeah, thanks, Rudy. Yeah, just real quick shout out to Chesapeake Diecast. They do an awesome thing for us, and you guys, you do an awesome job. I watch the replays every Tuesday when I get home from work. So thanks.
All right, we'll see you next week, Drew, at Watkins Glen. See what you got for them boys.
Yeah, we'll try to give them something. Thanks, Rudy.
Okay. All right, let's run down through the results here, Jeff. Cameron Rich coming home with the win here tonight. Nathan Velez in second. Samuel Close third. Drew Eisenman coming from 19th up to 4th, finishing 4th. Paul Ross in 5th. Kevin Finn 6th. Tanner Sharp finishing 7th. Race Clark 8th. Johnny Thomas 9th. And Richard Lafferty rounds out the top 10.
Yep, Matt Hackathorn will finish in 11th place tonight. He was the last car on the lead lap. Chad Brown will finish in 12th. Cody Wright in 13th. Brent Miller in 14th. Corey Lindsay will finish 15th. Nick Miller in 16th. Richard Hines 17th. Rusty Webb 18th. Mike Stevens will finish 19th. Wade Lear in 20th. And rounding out the field, finishing in 21st, will be Stephen Kettman.
All right, so thanks again to, thanks to you for helping me, Jeff. But congrats again here to Cameron Rich for his win here tonight for 3 Wide Racing at New Hampshire. And we'll see you back here next week at the same time where they take on Watkins Glen with the Gen 6. That'll be absolutely amazing race. So, all right, folks. So we'll be back tomorrow night for another broadcast here. Until then, stay safe and have a good night.